Welcome back. Oh, a good friend and a great friend of the show. Brett Chittum is back with us. And, Brett, well, first, welcome back. And your baseball team, the coach of the
North Lake Little League Mariners.
The North Lake Little League Mariners.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys are doing better than the downtown Seattle Mariners.
Absolutely. We're having so much fun. We won our league championship. Now we're in the Final Four for our district championship. And it's been a busy time, I'll tell you that. Running a business, running 9, 10, 11-year-old kids around. It's been busy.
And coming here to share some interesting things, because when it's baseball season, that typically means it's summer. We don't play a lot of baseball here in Seattle in the middle of winter.
Nope.
Weather permitting.
Well, the barbecues open up, everyone's happy, hot dogs are flowing, popcorn's going, and then we think about, we got to get on the water.
Right. Well, that's what's really kind of cool about Seattle is, you do get all those seasons, but with the change in seasons also comes a change in people's needs and insurance because, as you said, you start using some different things. You don't use your boat in the middle of winter. You maybe don't use your four-wheeler or your dirt bike or some of those toys that you really do start using here now that the weather's supposed to be getting better.
It's supposed to be. Well, they keep promising. We have a little sun breaks here and there, and I just, it's a little depressing today.
Only in Seattle do they have like sun breaks and partly sunny and not very sunny and partly cloudy, and there's a difference.
They say wait 5 minutes, the weather will change.
So, Brett, let's talk about some of those toys that people start using here in the summer. We'll assume it's nice out for the sake of not arguing about the weather.
Exactly. Well, it's all about we all have our toys, and in the insurance industry we call them power sports. You've got your boats, your jet skis, your RVs, those travel trailers, motorcycles, off-road vehicles, and now's the time that we start using them. I'm starting to ride my motorcycle a little bit more and just, getting it out and getting the cobwebs off of it out of the garage and dusting off all the whatever's dropped on that thing. And and the funny thing was I ride it to work. Look at my policy and realize my motorcycle is not fully covered yet. As and you see,
and this is why you need an advisor. You shouldn't be. You can't do your own stuff. It's for exactly that reason.
Well, and it's exactly. And my wife takes care of the insurance. She's the one that looks over all the policies, makes sure I didn't mess up, makes sure that the premiums are fine and all that. And I don't ever.
Well, she's probably like, maybe if we don't insure the motorcycle this summer, he won't ride it anymore. Exactly.
Well, no, she likes to. Well, actually, my son rides on it now with me, But back to the topic at hand. I don't want to get myself in any trouble here. So it's something that's easily forgotten that, we have, people that have boats. I have a friend of mine that has a boat, and it's been sitting in his garage for 5 years. And a few years back, backtrack here for just a second, and we're out on it, having a good time. Me being the insurance agent, after we're back in the dock and getting ready to go, hey, who do you have this boat insured with? I don't. Oh, really?
That's a dangerous one, too.
40% of boat owners don't insure their boats.
No kidding.
So you want to go out there and have a good time, and you think you're an average boater. You go out and you're going to be safe. But what about that person that hits you? Are they insured? So you go through. If that happens, hopefully your insurance will cover it. But if they're not insured, or if you're not insured, or if you've forgotten to instate that insurance policy, you could be in a whole world of hurt because you're legally liable if you do damage. And if someone else doesn't have insurance and maybe you don't have the right coverage, then you're going to be paying out of your pocket or trying to sue somebody to get that damage taken care of.
It's interesting you talk about boats or ATVs or, any of these different things that people start using in the summer. Because most people, especially maybe it's the ads on TV, I don't know what it is, but it's home and auto and life. Yeah. And that's just what people think about. And when that's drilled in your head, we call it a headline, home, auto, and life, you don't think, oh, well, geez, maybe I should have these other things also insured. I think about like my wife's wedding ring. And, we end up getting an insurance rider for that. I couldn't imagine how many people probably don't have things like that insured and assume that it is.
Well, that's why we do protection reviews with our customers, because we want to make sure, and we ask those questions every time. Do you have any jewelry that's not on this policy? Do you have a boat? A lot of people have trucks with hitches on them. what do you tow with that hitch? Why aren't we insuring it? Who's insuring it? And, if you bundle everything, you can obviously save money on bundling. We hear that too out there.
Sure.
But, people, the biggest one I've seen, motorcycle insurance isn't required by law in the state. You can ride your motorcycle all day long, and if you get pulled over, you don't have to show proof of insurance on a motorcycle. And a lot of people feel.
So you're actually okay.
No, I'm okay, but that was a
snafu.
A snafu, yeah. Well, I fixed it right when I got into the office. But it's an interesting thing because people think, well, what damage can my motorcycle do? The average liability claim on a motorcycle accident hitting something else is approximately $1,500.
So it can do some damage.
To somebody that maybe can't afford the insurance, well, can they afford the $1,500 that they're going to have to pay out? Or what about the damage to the motorcycle? Motorcycles nowadays cost so much money. You're talking about buying a small car for some of these motorcycles people buy, and you could be out thousands of dollars when you could have insured something for less than $13 a month.
Yeah, I did sell my boat, but when I had a boat, it was incredible because it was like $200 for the year.
Yeah.
So it's
cheap.
It's not expensive.
No, and insurance companies don't charge a lot of money for those. They're called, they're extra policy. They're an extra kind of coverage for it. They don't charge a lot for those because they know, for one, people don't use them year round. So you're going to pay for a year of insurance, $200 for a year of insurance, but you're only using
for my
it
5 uses.
Yeah, you're only taking it out, 5 days, 5 days of summer.
Right.
Well,
and seafair.
Exactly, that whole weekend. And you need
That's what
insurance.
you need the insurance for, is seafair.
Seafair, absolutely.
They're, and have you never mind, we don't have to get into seafair. We'll get into that in August. But, when you start, what are some of the other big options, or what are some of the other big things people should think about? By the way, we're here with Brett Chittum, the insurance agent and owner of the Chittum Agency with Allstate. And so, what are some of the things people should think about, other than their power toys, going into summer, or maybe just an insurance policy that they don't have, but they maybe should be thinking about?
Going into what they should be thinking about, first off, barbecues. Fires happen. Clean your barbecue. Can you just get out there?
Flavor. It's extra flavor.
No, yeah, but, these gas grills that we get nowadays get a lot of stuff into there. You know how many fires happen from that?
No.
It's a high statistic during this time of year. Clean your barbecue up. In fact, my wife's going to say something now.
Rest assured, I have not cleaned the underneath of the barbecue for a long time.
You need to get out there and do that. Other policies that people need to be thinking about.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is there a barbecue policy, or are you just talking about cleaning out to save the house?
Save the house.
Okay,
absolutely. There's no barbecue policy. I'm trying to think
about.
Say,
it better be a pretty nice barbecue if you're going to insure it.
Well, absolutely. I'm sure we'll go to your house and check out yours. How about that?
Oh, it's propane.
Hey, there you go. Hey, nothing better, right?
I love it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, you can.
There's, you talked about a lot of the toys at the beginning, like ATVs, motorcycles, boats. So none of those are covered under your auto policy.
They're not covered under your auto or home.
Right. And is there any that require additional insurance, though? Because you said most people don't have it for a motorcycle or boat, but do any little power vehicles require a policy?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Absolutely not. And the only time insurance would be required on one of those is if they have a loan on it.
Okay. So you'd have to, but there is an additional policy for every single thing you could possibly get, though.
Absolutely.
Okay. Golf carts.
Absolutely. We offer all of that. And for you, Ben, you insure your golf cart, right?
I don't have a golf cart.
I'm surprised. Well, no.
But now I know I'm going to have to figure out how not to, or to go clean my barbecue, since I thought that might.
No, I like Heather's question though, because it's we don't realize. There's so many insurance companies out there, and everybody knows that, like you said, home auto life. That's what everybody professes. That's what all you see these commercials, home auto life, and from every company out there. But what about the boats? And if anybody has a question, they can call me. I'm a great advisor in that, and I won't even try to sell you anything. I'll just talk with you about it. Or call your insurance agent and say, do you offer this? Bundling always gives you the best benefits in price, and having something under one roof. And that's one thing I always try to profess. Have everything under, in your insurance. It's easier to call one person than 5 people when you have a claim.
Well, Brett, thanks so much for joining us, and you can reach out to him via our Facebook page also. where he is located. Well, he's actually located here, but there's a link to him on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Brashenomics. Brett, thanks again for joining us. Again, Brett Chittum, insurance agent with the Chittum Agency. You do not have to insure your barbecue. You should probably insure a boat or motorcycle.
Burn down your house.
Just don't burn down your house with uninsured barbecues. Brett, thanks again. When we come back, real estate market here is hot. Lots of people are buying different things. But there's other countries, you can buy real estate in. Rodolfo Hernandez is going to join us. We're going to chat all about Mexican real estate and a little bit about Seattle, too. We'll be right back after this break.